essentially, this is you, and you leave this left hand on for not long enough, right? Because here you're moving to the ball, and then the ball bounces, and you've let go of the preparation. Okay. Whereas here, well, okay, that this one would have bounced, but the ball's coming much quicker. This ball is very slow, and so by the time that you're ready to hit the ball, okay, everything is out of whack. Okay, so look here, it was coming up a little bit, right? It was at least a little bit up, okay, because you were trying, and that's what the left hand does. But then by the time that you let go and then you keep going, it's now facing down, right? So you want to be using this left hand on, and it's going to keep it up. It's going to like hold it up for you, right? Does that make sense?
But then I need to bend the wrist harder, right?
Which wrist do you mean?
This one.
Yeah, because the racket's going to be pointing up. Yeah, so your wrist will be flexed a little bit more.
Like this, yeah?
Right? The thing is, though, is that you're doing this now. When you're on the court, you're not going to do it like this, okay? You're going to feel like you're doing it like this, but then you're not going to do it. So you need to be making sure that you're recording and adjusting and watching back the recording and trying to really exaggerate it, okay? But yes, that is what it should look like. Like all the pros, like any good player, this is what that you have to do on the forehand to be able to make it improve. You must do this. Simple. I can't.
Okay, when I do it on the left, and on the left I do it more often, and it's easier to do because I just hold it with this hand. I sort of make it. I push it a little bit this way, so that and I push with the handle down this way, and when I remove the hand, the racket goes under. In a good mode quite quickly. Here,
okay.
if the hand was from this way, it would be the same, right? But it's from this way, and it doesn't.
Oh, sorry, I can't see it on your screen. Maybe this is me, but
Do you see?
okay, yeah, now I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I was holding like this, then it would be the same effect, and when I remove the hand, the head would go down. In this way, it doesn't help. It doesn't help the whip effect, right? So
But you're not supposed to be creating a whip effect here with your hands.
okay.
Like you're not like holding back an elastic and letting it drop like this. That's not what we're supposed to be doing on the forehand. It's all the whip effect. The only part of the whip is at the very end and when you contact. That is the whip. But before that, you don't want to be this thing here that you're talking about where it drops very quickly. That's not what you want. You want to have the correct posturing to be able to hit the ball with the correct contact, and you whip on contact. You don't whip beforehand.
But on the left, I do this sort of thing. You know. On the left, on the backhand.
But but you have a one handed. The same on the one hand. You don't want to be flicking at the top. Like you don't want to be adding pressure and releasing the pressure with your non-hitting hand. That's not
Okay,
the
that's
technique.
another mistake. But let's not mix backhand. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, you want to be making sure instead that you have your left hand placed on the racket like this. Like this is mandatory. Like you must do it, otherwise you're not going to be able to get a very good forehand.
Okay,
and
so
the thing is that yeah.
okay, so the issue is then that I might not be in time. I might be late from this, even if I called it correctly, to this or this, whatever
You'll
is correct.
This is the thing, right? This is the thing. If you hit enough balls, you won't be incorrect with your timing. You'll understand the timing. After a few balls, you'll understand the timing.
Okay,
So yeah, you have to.
I hope, yeah, because yeah,
You have to have faith in yourself that like after a few hours, you're going to be able to do it. This is the thing. Like you can't just do it after 1 hour. It might take 5 hours of hitting like this, and then you'll get it correct like 100%, right? It might take even longer, right? Like, but you know, you have to have faith that you're going to be able to do it because you can. Like you were able to, you know, do all the forehand correctly up until this point. There's no reason why you can't get this bit correct as well.
Okay, let's try.
Yeah. No, and that's the thing. Like, I'm not giving you pro techniques to make you a pro, right? I'm just giving you basic forehand technique, so you have a basic forehand, and so you can hit the ball, you know, like a normal tennis player. So we want to be making sure that, you know, you have to understand that the expectation is that like this is very like it's a simple thing, but it's difficult to do, and like it might take you a bit of time.
Yeah, but some people were saying that even though I'm playing like on a level 8.5 or whatever, but
Yeah.
my forehand is from 7.0 or better. It's just that my serve, which is now better, but and my backhand and my strategies and maybe consistency of my forehand is not at necessary level, right?
Well, the thing is that if it was at that level, then you would be at that level, like simply, right?
Mm.
Like, yeah, you know, your rating is a rating of your tennis overall, but you need to understand that you can only rate your forehand at that level once you get to that level. So you said that you beat those very high, like very good players, which means that it probably is up there, but you need to be making sure that you can consistently beat those kinds of players. And if you don't have the correct technique, you could hit the ball like any person can hit the ball very hard, but it's just not going to go in. It's just not going to, you know, go in every single time that they do it. So it's just understanding that like, yeah, we can, you know, sit with this forehand and risk injury and not improve, or we can just make some small tweaks, and it's not going to be as good for 1 or 2 weeks, right? But then as soon as you get it correct, it's going to be way better than you've ever hit it, and so that's sort of how we're going to do it, right?
Let's try.
Awesome. No, that's good. And that's the thing, like with the serve, right? I remember with the serve, when we had that first lesson, like you came back to me and you said, no, this doesn't feel like this is working very well. And I said, just keep trying, like keep pushing with it, and then the serve became better, right? So it's the same with the
No,
forehand.
you were right on the serve, but my serve sucked completely. I didn't have a serve, but on forehand,
Sure.
it's my main weapon. So I'm scared to make it worse. Honestly.
Sure, no, that's fine, but it's like, can you suffer 2 weeks to be
Yeah,
good
sure.
for the rest of your life? Like that's sort of how it is, right? Maybe even a month. Could you suffer a month to be the best, like to then become better than you've ever been before? Like it's just, you know, I personally would suffer for a month to be able to do it, and I know that you can do it in just a month because I've done it with guys like this before, and it's it's just a very small movement, but as soon as you get it correct, you'll understand it, you'll feel it, and you'll be hitting very, very good forehands. Okay?
So it will give me
Now,
consistency.
I want to. Oh yes, because,
Okay.
and I'm going to get into it. Okay, the contact. Okay. So what happens is when your arm is too compact in the way that it is here, as you extend, do you see here that you're almost on the wrong side of the ball here, and it looks like it's going to go out this way, right? At this position, we want it to look like the ball is going, like we're going to hit the ball straight, but instead it looks like you're going to hit your ball into this fence over here. Okay.
But maybe because it's
So
down down the line, no?
Well,
no,
no,
it's
this one
cross
just goes
cross court.
in the middle, right? Well, it just goes long as well.
Yeah.
Right. So that's one thing. So we want to be making sure that you're getting the brush around the ball, right? Like you're brushing around the ball. Do you understand what I mean when I say brushing around the ball?
No.
Okay, let me try and show you with.
I usually I hit through, and then I finish on the top to make it to. hit through and brush.
Yeah, so it's like that. So if you see that, like, Novak has the top part of his racket higher than the bottom part, it's like that. But you also want to do that on the outside of the ball as well, right? So you know how you get on top
What do you
of the
mean
ball.
outside? Everything is outside.
So so if I do this and this, oops, this is the inside, and let me, this is
From the
inside
right,
here.
you mean from the right side?
This, yeah, and then this is the outside.
Okay.
Okay, so it's the outside edge of the ball. So when we're trying to contact with topspin, the easiest way to get topspin is to contact on the outside of the ball. Now, if you're going inside out, for example, then you're not going to hit on the outside of the ball, right? Like, there are situations where you don't want to hit outside of the ball. But here, it was obvious that you wanted to hit the ball cross court because that's where the ball is, like, sort of heading. Except you're not able to get there because you're not getting around the ball enough, or you're not hitting the outside of the ball enough. Okay, so you want to be brushing it the same way that you go from low to high. You want to be coming from the right to high. So it's like around the ball. It feels like you're really curling the ball. It feels way different than it looks. But you want to feel like you're able to hit at 5 o'clock on the ball, right? So if this
From 5
this
to 11.
yeah, it should feel like that. It should feel like that. So if this is 6 and this is what you got here, you want to be hitting at 5, okay? And it'll feel like you're finishing at 11 or maybe 11:30, somewhere in here, okay? But it needs to feel like that, so that you can get this is the easiest way to get spin, is to go cross court, and this is the way you want to do it, okay?
Okay. Well, sometimes it feels this way, especially when the ball is very much to the right and low. I sort of like hit like this, and the ball flies like this also sometimes.
Yes. Well, that'll be also because of your spin too. So that's good, and that's what you want to be able to try and do as often as possible. And you do it sometimes, like on the match review that you sent me. Like, sometimes you do it, and those are your best shots because it means you can add pace without the ball going out, right? So your shot just becomes better, right? Because you can add pace without it going out. So that's the only way that you're going to be able to do this is with topspin. Only way you can add pace without it going out is with topspin. So by going from 5 to 11, you're going to be getting a ton of extra spin, and your ball's going to go cross court, and you're going to be able to add pace. Does that all make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. All right. And then I wanted to talk to you about your non-hitting arm, okay? Let me quickly delete all of this. Oops. Okay. So, our non-hitting arm. You're doing a good job with this. This is really good, okay? So when I saw this, I was like, wow, okay, good job. Like, this is good progress. Okay. You might not have thought the same, but looking at the technique itself, this was good progress because you're already making this left arm way more active. Now, it'll be today when you're having a hit in your rallies, you really need to focus on all of these technique tips, because what's going to happen is you're going to feel like you're doing it properly, but you're not, and so you need to like exaggerate it a little bit in your mind, because whenever you're rallying normally instead of just drop feeding it to yourself, it feels like you're doing the things when you're not actually doing the things. Okay, so you need to be exaggerating it, but this is good. And you said that you had some good luck with this, like good progress with this, and this is good progress. So well done with this. So the only thing, right, with this is at this point here, it's correct, okay? But you keep going with your left arm, okay? So here, your left arm is like all the way
Yeah.
out there, okay? And you still haven't contacted the ball. Now, I want you to notice here, okay, where Novak, he hasn't contacted the ball yet, but his left arm, okay, so the rackets are in very similar positions, okay, because your racket is here and his racket is here, okay, but his left arm is still in front of his body, not to the side of his body, okay? So you need to try and slow down how quickly you move this arm across the body. So it's good that you're making it very active. So you still want it to be active. It still needs to be out in front and very intentional, but it just shouldn't be moving across as fast. It should just be doing it a bit slower. Okay?
But it's
So
so,
what-
but
because
it's
what-
it goes automatically because I'm moving the whole body like this.
Yes, but you need to be able to essentially, right, by let me get the right camera. Okay. If I'm like this and I move everything at once, then my arms change, right? But they stay the same and they're quite close. Okay.
Yeah.
If I'm like this and I'm hitting the forehand, my left arm is still in front of me, okay, and I'm still contacting. If I do this and then speed this up and then hit like this, right? Right? Then my arm is going to be out to the left. Now, if I do this, then my arm is going to be out to the left, okay? So you need to understand the differences in between those two to be able to get this correct where you want to be, right? Because right now what's happening is you've got it correct, okay? You've got it correct like here. This is correct here, but then it speeds up from this point here. It speeds up and comes out all the way to the left. So you need to keep it out in front and keep it pointing to the ball and in front of your body.
So
Does that make sense?
move the right hand, the hitting hand, without moving the left hand.
Yeah, it might move a little bit, right? So like if you watch Novak's, like his hand is moving the whole time, but it's just not moving as quickly. It's just a bit slower, right? See, like there's not one point where it stops. It's always moving, constantly. It's just moving slower than the hitting arm.
But
Right.
then it might uh, interfere even
No,
more
that's,
with my racket.
no, that won't happen. That won't happen. Okay, your body, your brain, subconsciously will never let that happen. And I want you to, in a moment, I want you to show me where that happened because I couldn't find it. Like, maybe I missed it in the Ronka videos.
So
But like here, for example, when you
here,
hit it like this,
here, because I'm
like
also
this,
closing.
you mean?
Yeah,
Like, is
no,
this what you're talking about?
before that. So when my arm is still extended, but this one is already closing, and I hit several times myself in the shoulder here.
Wait, but can you show me where that happens as I go frame by frame here? Like,
Not
Like,
every
do you mean
time.
here?
Here, you see, I
okay, so not every time. Okay.
I
right.
remove the hand here, but in other sessions, because I sent several ones, I
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
I remember the
I want-
feeling
yeah.
that I was hitting myself.
So then that's fine. So then what you can do is there's two things that you can do. Okay. One, you can try and just make sure that the arm is out of the way and that the follow through goes over your shoulder. Okay. That's one thing that you can do. Or two, what you can do is as you're swinging, okay, let me just get my video up. Try and catch the forehand with the left arm, okay? And I want to show you what this looks like because people get confused and I don't want you to...
I was doing
Do
it
anything
before when I was hitting more flat, but I stopped doing it after I watched Federer and other guys. They all let it go and like this or like that.
Yes, yes,
Before I was
yes.
when I was holding it more eastern way, I was hitting and catching it. That's how I learned many
Yeah,
years ago.
yeah. So, yeah, so, and I'll tell you, so the reason why we catch is to learn the correct swing path and the correct follow through. Okay, it's like a cheat code to learning it. Now, you want to stop catching as soon as you are capable of doing everything correctly by yourself, right? When all that muscle memory becomes very easy for you, then then it becomes yes, okay. So then it becomes a lot. Then you don't have to do it anymore, right? But so Roger Federer here, he's warming up, and all the pros do this when they're warming up, so that they make sure that their muscle memory is correct, and so they build that correct muscle memory for the rest of the day, right? So even pros do this. What he's doing is he is just catching it as he finishes the follow through here, and if you feel like that you can't get your follow through correct, doing this is like a cheat code. Now notice, yeah. So notice that. So Roger does it pretty aggressively. I want to see if I can find a shot where, yeah, okay. So just like this, right? So here he's following through quite low, which is not normally what we want to do, and that's not normally what Roger does. But it's just because he's warming up. But what we need to do is the swing gets completed, and he just touches with his left hand, right? He doesn't actually like catch. He doesn't actually catch it. He completes the swing, and then just touches, and then completes the swing, and then touches, and then completes the swing, and then touches, and it makes sure that this left arm is going wherever it needs to be, right? It's doing all the correct things. When I stand up here, right? It's just doing this all the time.
I just don't know how he's able to do it. If I finish like this, right? It's the racket is almost upside down, and where to catch it? Because
well, you don't want it to go upside down, right? So that's what I'm saying.
But
so
he has upside down, and
yeah, I'm saying that this forehand by him is a very low follow through, right? So this is not normally what we want to do, and that's not normally what Roger does. It's just because he's warming up, okay? So you want to make sure that as it crosses your shoulder, it's pointing up. After that, it might go down, and then it'll look like this, right? But as it's crossing your shoulder, and as you go to catch it, it will look like this, and then it might do that, and then that's where that upside down sort of looks, okay? But you don't want it. So as it's coming through, normally it'll look a little bit more like this, okay? It's just because he's warming up here, and that's the thing. Like, he doesn't normally do this in a match. He doesn't normally catch in a match. It's totally different, right? But I'm just showing you this to illustrate that, like, all the pros do it. It's a super useful technique, and you should give it a try too, right?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I need to try and see, because I don't imagine, because I'm in the end of the um, forehand. I see my, I mean, ideally, I see my how you call it,
Elbow.
elbow. Yeah, I see elbow. If I don't see elbow, it means I did something wrong, and it will be out. If I do like
okay.
this, but then it's harder to catch. If I do like this, then I almost never hit out. I can still hit net, but it won't be an out.
Okay, let me quickly show you. So when we are doing the forehand, okay, as it comes through and it follows through here, when the racket is going over my shoulder, it looks like this, and then after it goes like that. Okay, so you already do this pretty much, because okay, look, your racket is up. Do you see how your racket is up here? Okay, it's pointing up, and your elbow is in front of you, the same way that you were just describing. Okay.
So you mean I should catch? I should catch before ending.
Yeah, so I'm saying at this point here is where you contact with your left hand. Okay, so we're going like this, and we're just touching and then letting it drop.
So I can.
This and then
So I can catch it and then do this, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I got
That's
you.
all
Okay,
I'm saying.
now I got you. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Set everything back up. Okay. Let's see. OBS. Okay, I'm back. All right. Awesome. Okay, cool. All right. Does that make sense? Does that all make sense? Do you really?
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean by? So, like I said, like you don't have to try and catch, but I would probably say that giving the catch a go might really help. So one of my students, in person, was really struggling with his consistency. As soon as he started catching, like night and day difference, right? In like 3 weeks, now he's competing much better because he's just more consistent on his forehand and he hits very well. Like he hits with good pace. Because before he could hit with very good pace, but he was not consistent.
Is he my level or below or higher?
He's much higher than you, much higher. Yeah. So but that's just like something that we were doing and that he was able to do, right? So and it's just like going back to the basics sometimes, right? So like you said, like when you were learning, this is what you did. Now it's been, however long. And it's now again something that you need to be thinking about. So when you're training, give it a catch and see if you can get on that on track again, right? Like get the technique correct again. Cool. Did you have any questions about anything that I was talking about?
No, now it's more or less clear. These 2 points. Yeah.
But yeah, just with this preparation, right? Just remember that it's gonna feel quite weird because you have to feel like you're exaggerating it because it's gonna feel a bit strange, right? Like this preparation here, like try and keep that left hand on it on this racket here, try and keep it up and yeah, just what I would want you to do is film yourself doing it and only do like 10 shots and then watch the film and see if you're doing it. And then you can say, oh, no, I'm not doing it enough. Let me try and exaggerate it even more. And then watch the film and then see what it looks like. And if it's looking like what it should be, which is what I showed you with Novak or any player, then you can be like, okay, let me keep doing that and then just try and get that correct. Okay. That'd be the best way to go about it. Awesome. All right, cool. So, I mean, we have the full hour, but I think we've talked about everything that we wanted to talk about. I just want to quickly ask you, on a scale of 1 to 10, like, how helpful do you think what we did today was?
No, I think it's very informative. It's just I haven't tried it, so I cannot say for sure.
Sure.
What will be the sort of real life rating of me doing it? But yeah, information wise was very clear, and there is action plan, so to say. Yeah, one more thing on the because you gave suggestions on the serve, and
yes,
which I tried too. I just didn't record. And it didn't work very well. I cannot hit with holding the racket like this or touching the head. I just cannot do it. And when I don't do this, I don't know whether it's close to my head or not close. I just have no idea.
Okay, so.
And remember, I don't have like before I was serving in 2 motions with the trophy position. Now I serve with fluid motion without it, so this means that I don't have a pause to feel this before hitting.
Wait, repeat that one for me. You have 2 motions before you have, or now you have one. Like I don't know.
When I had one of the wrong type of serves, I was doing,
Alright.
I was lifting the head, doing the trophy position,
Right.
waited for the ball, and then hit. Now,
Okay.
even before I was starting to talk to you, I switched into fluid motion, which improved a little bit. Which is, I I do down, then I do this, and then I hit in one motion
Yes. Which
without
is
making a
correct.
pose, a fluid motion.
Yes.
So in this case,
Well,
when I don't have a
that's
pose,
normal. That's
I don't make a pose where I could stay still with the racket touching the head.
okay. Maybe I wasn't clear enough on how we should have done this. Let me quickly get your serve up again. Okay. Alright. Serve is here.
Тебе делать?
Можешь помолчать?
Okay. So, two things. Alright. So what you're calling fluid motion is just correct serving. Okay, you never want to have a pause.
Well, I've seen
When you're serving.
some pros making the pose, like this Kyrgios, whatever this.
Yes, but yeah, okay. Sure. I mean, realistically though, like as an amateur player, a pause is not going to be helpful. Okay.
Okay.
Because it is normally indicative of other problems, which for you right now is your toss. Okay. Because you have to wait for the toss to arrive low. So if you look at Kyrgios' serve, Kyrgios has a very short toss, and he himself says that he sometimes doesn't even let the toss start dropping. He hits it almost when it's going up still, because he's trying to make sure that he doesn't have the problems of the too high toss, which is not having correct momentum shifting into the court. Okay, so that's the first thing. So normally we want to be making sure that, like you said, and like you're doing now, which is good, that you have the racket drop as a part of your serve, and that it's constantly moving. There's no pauses. Okay, so it's good. It's good that you've started doing that. When I say touch your head, okay, I might not have explained it, but what I want you to do is, at this point here, okay, so in this serve, let me go back. No, oh my gosh, okay. I need to bookmark some frames. Okay, so in this serve here, as you're tossing and as your racket is going up, what I want you to do is just tap your head with the racket and just let the toss drop. Like you're not hitting the ball. You're just going up like this, stopping, and then seeing how far the racket is from your head. Like you're stopping the serve. Like we're training. We're not playing
gotcha.
matches here. We're stopping. Stop, and then, like I said, and then feel how far away that racket is. If it's out here, then you'll be able to feel, okay, that was really far away. If it's close, then you'll feel, instantly I'm feeling the difference. Okay.
So I should stop
Right.
after racket drop. I should
No,
stop,
no, no.
or
You
before
should
racket
stop.
before racket drop.
No, in the trophy position here. So in this position here. So when your tossing arm is up here, and you've brought this racket up, right? So as soon as, because I know what you mean, you have a continuous motion. As soon as the racket starts pointing up towards the ball, okay, like this, as soon as that happens, stop and just freeze in this position.
So it's before the racket drop then.
Yes, before the racket drop. Yes.
Okay.
Right. And so that's going to make sure that you're not getting that wedge trace serve, okay? Because you'll be able to feel how far that trophy position with the racket, you'll be able to feel how far away that is.
Okay, gotcha. Need to try.
Awesome. Okay, cool.